Welcome to this lesson, Lesson 1. In this lesson we are going to talk about what worship ministry is all about. We will define worship ministry. We intend to teach you the primary elements of worship, and most importantly, you will come to know what worship is not. According to the Oxford Dictionary, worship is simply to love with extravagant love and extreme submission. It is also reverence, honour, respect, devotion, homage and adoration to the Almighty God. So in worship ministry, it is essential to consider your approach to the Almighty God. Do you approach Him with reverence and respect? Consider the method in your approach. Do you stand in His presence? Do you kneel before Him? Do you prostrate before Him? Do you lift up your hands in praise unto Him? Consider your response to what you value the most. So if you value something of importance, such as a car, your house, your response is going to be very different to something of no value. Equally, our worship to God should be of value, and therefore our response to Him should be one of respect, love, honour, and appreciation. In Ephesians 2, verses 8 and 9 in the Bible, it says this: "For by grace you have been saved, through faith, that not of yourself, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast." William Coffin, 1924, sees worship as appreciation. He uses the word worth-ship, which is the recognition of the merit of another. It is the spontaneous response of the spirit man confronted by the God of Christian revelation, the God of all creation and redemption. Our spontaneous response of the spirit of man as a worship minister, therefore, should fall in line with the primary elements of worship unto God. Primary element 1, adoration. Adoring recognition of the most dear Father. Psalm 84 verses 1 and 2 says, "How lovely is your dwelling place, Lord Almighty. My soul yearns, even faints for the courts of the Lord. My heart and my flesh cry out for the living God." 2. Appreciation. Appreciation of one who is better than we are. Psalm 100 and verse 4 says, "Enter into His gates with thanksgiving, and His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him and praise His name." 3. Offering. Offering ourselves to God. Psalm 100 and verse 3 says, "Know that the Lord is God. It is He who has made us, and we are His. We are His people, the sheep of His pasture." And finally, communion. We must simply not just talk about God, but we talk to Him. In Jeremiah 29 and verse 13 says, "You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your hearts." Worship, therefore, is not the slow songs we sing. It's not the amount that you give for offering or volunteering in a church department or ministry. John 4:24 says this: "God is spirit, and those who worship Him must worship in spirit and in truth." Go to lesson 2, and I look forward to sharing with you the key principles of praise and worship.